don't want to jump to any conclusions, but I think this time, Races and Fun might have stolen a gas station. Hey everybody, I'm Brendan, and it's time to get dizzy once again. 4 full 360-degree turns. That is the feature of today's course, Lamborghini being the first team here, and they will be going up against the McLarens. We've seen them race before as well. And it's a pretty straightforward race. Centenario and the McLaren will kick us off, and you'll see they'll come down here, a nice clean straight, then head right into the turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, all 360. And they'll come out, and the track will widen for a second, which is provides an interesting challenge that we may see pose later on here, as you're not going to be able to stay in that single file lane always. You'll have to have some control coming out of the turns. And we'll see how that works out later. Aventador and the McLaren. Aventador here on the near side, McLaren on the far. Lamborghini's starting out quite well. And here we go into the turns. Looks good for the Aventador. And staying that few lengths in front. Here they come out of the turns. He dives to the near side and stays in front down the line. And be another win for the Lamborghinis. McLaren and Lamborghini Huracan. Huracan, McLaren. Huracan starting out a couple of lengths ahead here into the turns. They both kind of bounce through the transition. And the McLaren comes out a few lengths behind here and bangs off the wall. That's going to give the Lamborghinis another easy win. Again, lane 4. McLaren and Reventon this time. Lamborghini, Reventon, McLaren. McLaren starting out much faster this time. Here we go into the turns, bounces through, and is almost a full 360 degrees ahead. And comes out way ahead, diving down the hill here. And looks like he'll take the win as well. McLaren's could use it. Falling behind early on and hopefully starting to climb back here. Aventador and the Speedtail. Aventador here on the near side. A few lengths ahead here. Through the turn, Speedtail starting to catch up here. Almost a length behind, now a length ahead. Aventador nudges and pinballs out of the transition. And he's going to fall behind here at the end by quite a bit, actually. The first comeback we've seen today, and no better time for it. McLaren could use that sort of pickup. The Senna and the Centenario. Senna, Centenario. Centenario coming out 2 lengths ahead, now 3 into the turn, looking fast as ever. And the Senna is having trouble staying straight through the turns. And unless the Centenario stops out of nowhere, it's an easy win for him. Sesto Elemento and the McLaren. Lamborghini's, McLaren's, this one starting out quite even. The Sesto having trouble keeping his wheels down on the ground. And we roll through. And the Sesto coming out a few lengths in front. McLaren trying to get back, who both of them turn around through the transition and bobble. And the McLaren can't come out on top of that either. Actually was starting to make that comeback, but, well, looked ahead too quickly and lost control. Speedtail Huracan. Huracan there on the far side, Speedtail. Fishtailing through the first straight and coming out strong into the turns. Huracan trying to keep pace, but starting to fall behind here by a few lengths now, 3 and 4. Here comes the transition and the Speedtail. Gets out in front of it quite well. And he'll have this win. He does go wheels up at the end, which is, well, a little unnecessary, I'd say, but whatever floats your boat. Five to 3. Lamborghinis up by 2. And we'll see how the next round shakes things up. Speedtail, Centenario. Centenario had quite a dominant performance in the last race, actually starting out a little slow in this one. And who has the lead coming down here to the third and fourth turn? Centenario falling behind by a few lengths and has trouble getting through that wide area. He got blocked in there on the left side. He will fall short of this one. Aventador and the Senna. Here comes the Aventador. Ooh, just holding pace by a hood length. And here we go through the turns. Senna, actually we saw last time Senna caught up on his race through the turns, and it might happen here again. Out of the transition, Aventador! He was sideways through the transition. You see how that can pose a challenge when the track widens there. You think it would give cars more room to settle, but, well, leaves room for error as well. The Senna did a good job staying straight and takes that one. Speedtail, Centenario. Another Centenario, and this one looking pretty well through the turns. Speedtail had trouble getting in to the turns right there, and tries to catch up, but to no avail. Centenario will come down pretty fast here as well. And he's almost off camera as he crosses. Last one for this group, Sesto Elemento and the Huracan. Huracan, Sesto. Take a look at the Sesto and how he enters here. Ooh, actually not good. So side wheels go up there for a second. That's going to cost him a couple lengths. It's going to be tough coming down the back straight. Can't get any speed out of the turn as well. And the Sesto will fall short here. Well, that will leave a 2-2 game going into the semifinals. Lamborghini both sporting white cars as their prime racers right now. Centenario and Speedtail. Seen them both before and performed quite well. Centenario trouble out of the gate here, now down by a couple of lengths. Here comes the turns. Speedtail starting well and losing ground fast. Here comes the Centenario, well, up by 2 now. They both bobble through the transition. Speedtail trying to pick it up at the end here, but it's not enough time. I thought he might have had it here coming down the hill. He couldn't pick up the speed. Senna and Huracan. It was quite a close race this time. Huracan getting the head start. And the Senna needs to look good down the turns. Usually it does look good for him, but trouble against one of the best racers on the Lamborghini team, who struggles out of the transition but has so much room to work with, and he still takes an easy win. And that will push things to the finals. First to win 2 races here. Well, they're both Lamborghinis, Centenario and Huracan, so take your pick on which one you want. Congratulations to the Lamborghini team for taking this one, but who will actually win the individual? Right now looks good for the Huracan. Ooh, turns out it's stuck in the transition, both of them. And here comes the Centenario to put things away here in the first one. That's a tough way to finish. And well, now the Huracan's trying to pull things back together here. Centenario falling behind here by a few lengths. Here comes the final stretch, and the Huracan takes it by a length. And we're even at 1. And really, it was only because of that terrible mishap. We almost got stuck sideways in the transition. The Huracan's not sitting atop the podium right now. Here comes the Centenario, faster into the transition. Here we go through the turns, looking about even. Huracan falling behind. Here's the transition for both of them. Looks good for the Huracan, and not as good for the Centenario. And he's actually going to come in a little bit short right there. And I think we have our winner. And it is the Lamborghini Huracan to take this one. Of course, Lamborghini team winning as well. And that will do it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you next time on Races and Fun.